Hi, welcome back. I'm Charlie. This is Andy. We're back for another edition of the Market Update. We're here at 527 Big Stone Trail here in Middleton, the Willows subdivision in the Middleton School District. As predicted, Andy, we came back to this property a month later and it is sold. So, hey, we got this down. Oh, sorry about that. We're also going to talk about monthly statistics. We're going to talk about ideas that we have for getting ahead of the market as a buyer. We know a lot of buyers are frustrated right now in this market. And we're also going to talk about our app. It's a really good way to get ahead. It's updated every 15 minutes. So we want to make sure you have the most information the fastest way possible. So come along with us. Welcome to 527 Big Stone Drive here in the Willows subdivision. This house is brought to you by Custom Stellar Builders. They're out of Prairie du Sac, and they build about a dozen homes a year. As you can see, they like to mix a lot of modern architecture. So they'll mix in some modern lighting with white cabinets and a dark island. They use a lot of quartz, engineered maple flooring, and they use gas fireplaces. They also are very energy efficient builders where they use the highest rating for insulation in your attic, and then also spray foam a lot of your open spaces like your box sills. If you finish the basement, they'll finish and spray foam those areas. The reason is you want to try to maintain that level of energy at a consistent level so your furnace and then of course in the end, your bills will stay lower. So anyways, that's this beautiful home, and we'll show you more pictures here below where you can go see more about this home, its floor plan, and all the details. So let's talk about the market a little bit.
Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, we've talked about the market and how busy it's been and how hard it's kind of been to navigate. What are this month's statistics?
Very similar to the last few months. We're still hovering about 1.8 months of inventory here in our market, and that's typically underneath the $500,000 mark. But when we're looking above that, we're in the anywhere from 1 year to a year and a half's worth of absorption. So that market tends to be slower. Now, when I say that market is Dane County specific, but if you break it down to neighborhoods, you can be super micro in those neighborhoods. You could be at 600, 700,000 and selling a day if you're near like maybe the downtown or even a condominium in the downtown market. So those markets are very, very micro. So we always say if you're looking somewhere and you have a question about what the market's doing, ask a realtor who knows specifically what that neighborhood's doing.
All right, well, given the tough market that we have, some buyers are maybe feeling a little bit down. They can't get what they want or can't find what they want. What are some opportunities that are out there for them?
Well, first of all, we're talking a whole game plan. We don't just talk about buying a home, what you're approved for, because that's the standard conversation that you should have. But what we're saying now is where you're looking specifically, here's what the houses are selling for. And then we come up with like a full strategy. Like you would do a full strategy to do a marketing campaign for a company. We do that for a buyer. So we talk about like what are their opportunities, what are the threats in the market, what are the rates currently doing, and then we also talk about those opportunities. And really the biggest thing that's shining right now are developments. So we've got developments that are kind of surrounding the city, but not a lot of land available in the city to build new single family homes or even condominiums. So starting out all the way out in Cross Plains, Middleton, Verona, Fitchburg, Cottage Grove are kind of your key areas right now that are having land developed, currently in process of being developed. And then I would say either by the end of this year or beginning of next year, you're gonna start seeing construction starting to happen. So I think those are opportunities that if somebody's looking to move from maybe an apartment or someplace in Madison and want another opportunity, I think that's where they're gonna have to look.
So I've heard that construction is more expensive than buying something that's already there. What are some strategies that you've worked out to maybe help with that?
Yeah, what we're doing, especially like with custom stellar builders, for example, you know, they're looking to either buy or do custom construction, which would be a building contract before they even start a project like this. Or what we're telling them to do is to hit price points. So we're telling them to hit 400, 425, 450, a place that's more common for people to be able to afford. And we're asking them to build in that price range. And then they're finishing with specific finishes to fit into that budget. So we're trying to be very conscious of what the market's doing and what's available and what people can afford in the city. And so we're trying to do that. And Custom Stellar isn't the only builder who's looking to do that. There's a lot of really great builders that are trying to be focused. I know another one, like Encore is another builder in the area that's trying to focus on that. Midwest Construction, and then also Viridian, which is one of the largest builders in the area. they're also really focusing on the median price range. And that's why they opened that subdivision in Cross Plains. It's because they're able to build between the upper 200s and upper 300s right now, which is Middleton, Cross Plains, which you can't get those kinds of houses for those prices.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, what are some things in the future that are coming that might help me out?
Well, some ideas that are being tossed around, and this is going between developers, realtors, insurance, lenders, is a move-up program for current owners or even lessees of rental units. Is basically the builder, developer, mortgage lender, realtor, insurance, all to give some sort of incentives to make the process really easy, and also to give the new owner a lot of incentives. So it could be closing cost credits, it could be upgrades to different kind of countertops, it could be appliance packages upgrades, it can be a cheaper price on the lot depending on what kind of package is put together. So there's all these kind of ideas being tossed around right now about in 3 months from now, where are we going to be as a market, and then how do we move that forward? So that's really the big idea right now, is trying to be proactive with that.
That sounds great. So not only would they have a brand new home that they had a say in how it was built, but they'd start in that home with some equity as well.
Absolutely, instant equity.
Yeah.
They get a lot of extra credits or upgrades instantly just because they were willing to take that jump. And then the developer builder either can help them sell their current property or buy back that property from them, so that the transition is really, really easy for them.
That's fantastic, yeah.
So just some ideas that we're tossing around.
Are there any other outside the box ideas that you may have?
Yeah, we're currently right now searching for HUD properties, which are foreclosure properties, but they're also in such disrepair that banks aren't buying these properties back. So what we're doing is we're looking for those properties. We're trying to take our investor groups and builders that we know, and we're trying to match them up to build in-house inventory in the city. So that's another idea that our group started thinking about, was like, how do we get ahead of it a little bit, and what other opportunities might there be? And so that's where we're searching currently. Kind of to wrap us up here today for our edition, remember to go to our app. It's First Weber app on the App Store or in Google Play Store. It's updated every 15 minutes. Most other websites are updated once a day, or like Zillow, Trulia, those are updated every 72 hours. So make sure you're using an application that is giving you up-to-date information, or even feel free to give us a call. Office line number for us is 608-294-8101, or you can reach us charlie.wills@yourbadgerrealestateagent.com. All right, we'll see you next month, and thank you again, Andy, for joining us. See ya.